Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman.
Taking a live look at Medford. It is another very hot day, but it started off fairly smoky. We had some reduced air quality in the Rogue Valley, but as winds have picked up this afternoon, we're ushering out a lot of that smoke, and air quality is good currently in Medford. 105 degrees though, very hot. Humidity is low, 16%, and we're dealing with some pretty difficult weather for fire crews, not only on the Salt Creek fire, but also on the Shelley fire with these very hot conditions, the very low humidity and winds picking up. That is some issue there when it comes to fire weather conditions. Not critical, but it's pretty close. Temperatures in the triple digits throughout our west side valleys. 106 in Cave Junction, 104 degrees right now in Grants Pass. Cooler at the coast. The marine layer has been pretty prevalent today, not really budging, so it's keeping those temperatures in the 50s to lower 60s. Down in Siskiyou County, 106 in Montague, breaking a record today, 96 in Mount Shasta, and it's 96 in Fort Jones. East of the Cascades, temperatures mainly in the upper 90s, 97 in Klamath Falls, but we've topped out above 100 degrees up in Christmas Valley. Winds picking up across a good chunk of the region, especially for inland areas, and we have humidity values very low. 16% in Klamath Falls, down to 9% in Montague, and this is going to be an issue in the days ahead. Also, with still some very hot temperatures, and actually breezes are going to be a little bit more blustery the next couple of afternoons, and that will bring some more concerns to the crews fighting the Shelley fire as well as the Salt Creek fire. It looks like they got a fairly good handle on the Bogus fire. That's some good news. You can see some smoke production moving into Lake of the Woods. Very smoky right now at Lake of the Woods, seeing very unhealthy air quality. The Shelley fire, very active, seeing that smoke plume starting to go on the move. It will lift eventually up to the north, so you will notice some hazy skies and smoky skies aloft in the Rogue Valley as we head into this evening. But air quality is good right now. We're seeing good air quality for now in Klamath Falls, but some of that smoke from the Salt Creek fire will likely move in. Very unhealthy in Etna. If you're going to be heading to the Brit Festival tonight, Ziggy Marley taking the stage at 7 p.m. Some elevated smoke, but it does look like we should stay pretty good as far as air quality is concerned. It will be very hot though, right around 100 degrees at 7 and 90 as the evening progresses as we get towards 9. Take a look at that smoke forecast. Some of that thicker smoke from the Salt Creek fire will be moving into the basin this evening. Notice still some smoke at times in the morning hours, at least in the Rogue Valley, but the worst of the air quality will be in Siskiyou County, portions of the Cascades, and eventually the east side later in the day on Wednesday. Notice still some pretty good air quality expected for tomorrow through most of Josephine County and then into Curry County. But as the southerly flow starts to move in for later this week, smoke is still going to be a pretty big issue throughout the region. Either lower elevation smoke or higher elevation smoke and hazy skies later this week. Tonight, in the meantime, still some very mild temperatures, 68 in Medford, down to 56 in Klamath Falls. Tomorrow, not as hot, so we'll get up to 103 in Medford and Wairika, up to 98 in Klamath Falls, 73 degrees in Brookings. Excessive heat warnings and heat advisories going until 9 p.m. tomorrow. And then for the next few days in the Rogue Valley, temperatures still making it right around, if not above 100 degrees. So we'll still be very hot. We'll also be dealing with periods of smoke in the days ahead. Some isolated thunderstorms possible this weekend, mainly looking at the east side, but even into Northern California and along the Cascades. We'll have to watch out for that at least potential of a few isolated thunderstorms. And of course, dry lightning will be the big concern and new fire starts. The forecast for the coast, temperatures warming up a bit. The marine layer should be less prevalent as we get towards Thursday as winds pick up. Northern California still very hot as we wrap up the week, staying dry, and it will of course be smoky. For the Klamath Basin, also dealing with smoke, still some pretty hot temperatures, slight chances for thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday. Also that threat for a thunderstorm up in the mountains Saturday and Sunday. And then in the Rogue Valley, it's going to be a very hot stretch still. No big relief from the heat, but maybe breaking that streak of 100-degree days as we start next week.
Let's certainly hope so. I know low 100s, it's weird to think that that's the temperatures coming down a little bit, but
Yeah.
it seems like we have some other fire risks with some lightning coming in.
That's true. With the breezes picking up, even with the cool down. So yeah, still some issues there to look at.
I know you'll keep
Yeah.
an eye on it. Thanks, Matt.